The new tournament is out, and it's on Shibuya Station instead of Namek, and it's much harder because even though it's not shielded, it is mini bosses and the elements are different, and it's just so much harder. The spawns and the bosses are so much harder. This tournament is insane. Another thing to note is that it's kills based instead of damage, so you just have to kill the enemies, you don't have to get as much damage as possible. And the primary thing with Traitless is that you have to survive. So I'm gonna show you how I got 2174 score in Traitless. This is my team. Also, make sure to subscribe because I spend a lot of time making my videos. I do a lot of testing. I play Anime Vanguards a lot. And at 36,000 subscribers, I'm going to make a giveaway. Let's get into it. The first thing I do is place down a farm. And you want to farm wherever you can't place units, basically. Because you want to have Vegetas around the map later on. So you don't want to farm in the middle of the map. So I place the farms a bit further back. And in the beginning, you do want to have good stats Vegeta. Vegeta is going to be good early game. He's always going to be good early game. This time you don't need Killua because there's no shields. But Vegeta, you can't really skip wave 1 faster. In general, you do want to skip the waves faster, but you also want to survive the whole 20 minutes. If you skip too fast, you're not going to survive the whole 20 minutes. But if you skip too slow, you're not going to get enough damage, or kills, rather. So you want to place 2 Vegetas, and then a third one once you get your money. Those 2 at the front, just have them all strong. This will kill the enemies much faster than if you only had 1, even though you could survive with 1. And then farm a bit more. You can do exactly the farms I do. Takarada is good, and then 2 Speedwagons, and then get another Vegeta. This is gonna speed up your waves. You're gonna get more waves in the end, compared to if you just let the wave skip, or if you only use 1 Vegeta. This means you just have the potential to deal more damage in the end. Doesn't necessarily mean you will get more damage, and that's why I don't really know how fast you want to skip the waves, but I do try to skip the waves quite fast. I farm and skip. So I also place down a Julius outside of all Vegeta's range, and that's why the specific placements I have. The first Vegeta also out of range. That's why I don't put it more closer to me, even though it's a better placement. It doesn't really matter. Now the Vegeta will lose its thing, but it doesn't really matter because the Vegeta is still gonna do enough damage. It's work right now. You can have both Toji or Dogon Boss here. I don't know which one is better. I prefer getting Dogon Boss, even though Dogon Boss has more HP. Toji stuns your units, and that's especially going to be better to not have later on. So you want to have Dogon Bosses, even though it's quite RNG. It's RNG whether it's Toji or Dogon, but you probably want Dogon Bosses, more HP, but no stuns. And I'm going to explain why later. I continue just balancing farms. I use every unit to just defend. Vegetas are still on strong. And my first Vegeta I placed down, it doesn't really do much. It's just there. But the other units, I try to kill the enemies before my first Vegeta even comes into range. But yeah, I just try to farm a lot, prioritize Takarada instead of Speedwagons because the 12,500 upgrade is going to be expensive. And then I also balance out farming with defense once I can. I try to skip the waves a lot faster than if you just don't do it at all, but not too fast, because if I purely focus on defense, I'm gonna get farms max like 1 or 2 waves later, and money is gonna be a problem, which is why you need double farm. There's probably some strategy you can use without double farm. I gotta look into it. I haven't had a lot of time to play tournaments. I was gone the whole day yesterday, so I haven't really done a lot of tournaments. But yeah, you just want to max out farms by wave 8, 9 about, and then also have the skips. So you want to have the wave 9 skip come around where I skip as well. It's gonna come really soon. You also want to have max farms about now. Wave 9 is the... Like now I can get the skip. Wave 9, before that you can skip all the waves. After wave 9 you can't skip waves anymore, so now defense doesn't matter. This is also the time you want to have your max farms. Mahito is also gonna spawn soon, but before that, place down all your units. Not all your units, but have your Tengen so they can get your SPA buff. and I try to get an Alucard for early defense, just full AoE Alucard, because he's just so cheap for the full AoE. So I do that before Mahito spawns. I'm also gonna kill Mahito, but before I kill Mahito, I'm gonna let him spawn a few enemies, because kills is what matters. So I sell my first Vegeta that doesn't do anything. I search for Mahito, and I try to kill Mahito not as fast as possible. I'm gonna sell him. I'm gonna sell Vegeta after I did some damage, because Mahito spawns enemies that I'm gonna farm kills from. But you don't want to farm too many kills, because that's going to take too much money to defend, because after a certain point, the Mahito spawns are too strong for you to kill for it to be cost efficient. So just before Mahito dies, I sell Vegeta, and this is just so I can insta-kill Mahito once I need to, so I don't screw up or anything. You don't need to do that, you can time it instead. And then I sell all my Vegetas and ready up to kill the second bunch of enemies. I can kill the first waves with just units I have at the front. The second waves I can kill with those Vegetas. And the third wave I used to also let. You can kill them if you just use Vegetas in the back and an Alucard. But you need to spend a lot of money, because it's 100,000 HP that regens every 5,000. That regens every second for 5,000 health. It's too hard to kill, so I just kill Mahito before that comes, and Vegetas clear the second waves. So then I can sell everything, and now we can place back Vegetas on strong, and this is just to kill bosses faster. It's ever so slightly different. It doesn't really do anything, especially since it's not going to hit one target, but still Vegeta is blast, so no matter what, it's going to be 4,500 every 4.1 seconds there for me. So it's still 1,000 DPS on a boss, and times 4 because I have 4 Vegetas, so it's still good. I still use them outside of the range of the other units, of course, and now I just try to max out units. In this run, I maxed out a Tengen first, and then I try to max out a Julius. Julius is not very good in the beginning. First, like 50,000 money you put into him, he's not going to be that cost efficient. But after this 11,000 upgrade, he's going to instantly become very good. From 13,000 here, 10,000 money to get 17,000, it's okay. Before that, it's absolutely terrible. Now it's actually an okay upgrade. 17,000 damage, that's good. From 13,000, still not a big jump. But this jump after it, where he get the new attack, is 17,000 to 25,000 with better AoE. It's so good, even though the SP is worse. You want that attack, you want Julius on that one. So that's why I don't balance out upgrading units. Instead of upgrading all Julius at the same time, I upgrade one to get to that upgrade, because in just deployment is going to be very non-cost efficient to just get damage. After I have one Tengen and one Julius, I try to get more Tengens, because Tengens is full AoE, Julius is not. Julius is going to focus more on bosses, while Tengen is going to focus on everything because it's full AoE. Also notice the placement I have, because when Tengens have full AoE and when Julius are in that upgrade that I just specifically talked about, then they're going to reach the bend and have the best range. That's why I place here. And that's why I also place Alucards there, and that's why you need Vegetas on a specific spot. You don't have to have them glitch in the wall like I have. You can have them on the ground. I just like to have them on the wall because it's funny. And even though the enemies are regenerating a lot right now, you are gonna kill the enemies easily, so you don't have to spend more money on bleed. Try to just get as much damage as possible before the new bosses come, because every 6 waves there is a mini boss, and every 10 waves there's a big boss. And this is why you don't want Toji bosses. Toji bosses stun like 4 or 5 times throughout his lifespan of this curve, and that's gonna reset some attacks. And Alucard needs to attack to stop the regen. He needs to inflict the bleed so the enemies don't regen. And you can do this with 2 Alucards. You can do it permanently with 2 Alucards. So one Alucard attacks, and then you wait for the other Alucards to attack, and it just stops regen completely. If Toji resets the animations of Alucard, then you're gonna have to either buy a new Alucard or sell your current one and buy another one. So you can save a lot of money if you get lucky with bosses. And first of all, in the beginning, you don't need to buy another Alucard. So right now, it doesn't matter if it's Toji or Dogon. But once you have 2 Alucards or more, you want Dogon bosses instead of Toji. Even though Toji has like half the HP, it's actually better because you save so much money. You save like 10,000 or 20,000, maybe 30,000 money per Dogon instead of Toji, because you don't need to sell your Alucard and rebuy it to reset the animation. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean soon, but before that, before Alucards and focusing on that, just get your 3 Tengens max, get your Julius up, and have your upgraded Juliuses on strong, just like I did here, because they're going to target bosses much faster, and that way Tengens are going to kill the ones that are further forward anyway. It doesn't matter, you won't die here unless you have godly bad stats, like reverse of godly, like D stats or something. You won't die here, or if you've done something wrong, you won't die here. So just do this. Don't care about the enemies regenerating. You won't die here. The wave 20 boss, you want to kill that as fast as possible. You want to kill the bosses as fast as possible, and that's why I just don't care about getting another Alucard. I don't care about them regenerating because I will kill them anyway. I just focus on damage. My 3 Tengens are up, and now I try to upgrade Juliuses. I have 2 Julius to the very strong upgrade. I try to get this last Julius as well on strong, and then I try to upgrade it. After I got that, you have very good damage. After that, the money is gonna go into upgrading further because you still can get more damage. And this is why I don't know which loadout is the best, because you get so much more money than you really need. The money isn't going to waste because you still upgrade the units, but the cost efficiency is not that good, especially in Julius. You spend like 28,000 for 5,000 more damage, though it is actually like 12,000 more damage because it's Julius is water, but still, it's not that's good. It's not that good. So maybe you want another unit. So I was considering Akaza, because Akaza is also water. And then you, however, have to replace a farm, and then you won't even get that much money. So Akaza is not going to work. But what if Akaza instead of Vegeta? Akaza is water, Vegeta is blast. Akaza is a worse boss killer than Vegeta. Though Akaza could help just in general with enemies. I haven't tried it. I'm probably going to try replacing Vegeta with Akaza, but it just feels like Akaza is not going to work as well because Vegeta is just such a good boss killer here. Vegeta isn't used for damage on enemies, he's just used for bosses here. As you can see, I try to replace Vegeta's so they only hit one enemy, so the Dogon boss, and without them being in range of the other units, so they can just kill the boss faster. Also, you can target Julius's here on first instead, just so it can target the first boss. And now I start, because I didn't get Toji, I can do the Alucard trick now. So I time them so Alucards hit on different times. So now Alucard attacks, and now I upgrade because it resets that attack, and now it's gonna cycle. So one Alucard attacks, and 3 seconds later the other one attacks, and then 3 seconds later the other one attacks, or the first one. This makes it so the enemies will never regen, and that's why I was so lucky to get 2 Dogon bosses here. So it is, this time is, instead of RNG with like stuns, it's RNG with bosses, and that's nothing you can do about. You have to get Dogon bosses for this like specific strategy, because otherwise you won't get the Alucards good, or you don't need to. You can just sell the Alucard and buy a new one and do that trick again after Toji, but you will need to spend a lot of money to do that. It's annoying. You can also buy a new one, but either way, you want to save as much money as possible to upgrade your DPS units, because Alucard does not have good damage, and that's why I was happy getting 2 Dogons instead. So yeah, I just try to kill these easily with Vegeta's and the other units, especially Julius. Julius is good DPS here, though I don't know if Dogon has like water resistance or something. It might have. It doesn't really matter. You should be able to kill him when the bosses leak, which they probably will. Not if you have the best stats, probably. Just use Vegeta to kill, and this is why I don't think Akaza is gonna work instead of Vegeta. Akaza is just not as good as DPS wise on bosses as Vegeta, even though Akaza is water and Vegeta is blast. Vegeta is just so much better at killing these leaked bosses and just helping killing the bosses. Though I'm not sure, because Akasa you can actually upgrade and have in the middle with a better AoE and just more upgrades. So maybe I'm gonna try Akasa later. I'm gonna try to push 2200 score in Traitless. So after I get that, I'm gonna make another video. Probably won't make another Traitless video until I've hit 2200. But 2200 is so incredibly difficult. Anyway, I continue to max Tengens, because maxing Tengens is better DPS wise than maxing Julius, I'm pretty sure. So I try to max Tengens, and they're also full AoE, so it just hits more targets. So DPS wise, like counted relative to how many enemies they hit, probably a Tengen. So I try to max Tengens, and it's fortunate that I have so much money, because yeah, it was fortunate to get 2 Dogon bosses, so I didn't need to spend more money on Alucards. I've only bought 2 Alucards, and that's the only thing I needed. If there was Toji, I probably would have had to buy either Alucard later once Toji is dead, or just sell and rebuy to reset it. But yeah, Vegeta should kill easily here, and focus up all your money into Julius and Tengen. Vegetas, you don't have to upgrade them, you just have them unupgraded, kill the bosses, just be productive with it. Don't have the Vegetas attacking nothing for a few seconds. Don't have the boss not getting attacked for a few seconds. Just replace them as soon as they go out of range, and you will be fine. Now I get a Dogon boss again, and here I actually turn off autoskip. I turn off autoskip because the reason why I do that is because wave 30 there's going to be a boss. It's going to be Toji boss, and Toji boss with 5 million HP. Now, most strategies I've seen on YouTube is that they just let the Toji boss leak. That's when they lose. They let the Toji boss leak, and all kills up until then is what they get. But obviously, if you kill Toji boss and can just continue, you're gonna get more damage, or more kills. So I try to kill Toji boss, and to kill Toji boss, I need to kill this boss first. So I don't autoskip. Now I can turn on autoskip, and once the wave skips, it's fine. But I try to have one boss at this on screen right now. So I just have this boss. I kill this boss as fast as possible. I try to replace Vegetas and everything like that outside of range, and still I've saved a lot of money because I only needed to buy 2 Alucards, and that means I can max all my Tengens, and I've maxed 2 Julius and 1 left that I will try to max as well. But yeah, I just try to kill this Dogon boss as fast as possible, and like the wave would have skipped a lot earlier if I didn't have auto skip off. So then Toji boss would have stunned, he would have been here, I would have leaked Toji boss for sure. And that, I don't think that's the best strategy. I think the best strategy is to kill Toji boss. So now I have Julius on strong. Now you can see here, since the Alucards are getting stunned, I try to get a new Alucard to just make all the enemies behind it. The boss doesn't regen, but the enemies regen, the regular ones. I try to just time Alucard so none of them regen a lot, because you want to get these kills later. After you kill the boss, you want to kill these enemies behind them, behind the boss as well. So that's why I try to time Alucard here. So after the stun, I actually sell the Alucard and rebuy it, so I can just make sure the enemies do not regen. Having 3 is fine. Having 2 works completely fine. I have SSPA and it works. Maybe even works with ASPA, but you just have to figure out the timing. But yeah, now this way I can actually kill Toji, and instead of dying from Toji, I die either from a leak or I die from time running out, which is probably better than Toji killing me, because if I have Toji killing me, I have like 40 seconds left that I could have gotten kills in. So I try to kill Toji, he's dead now, and now you could put Julius on weak. What I figure out is that in the beginning, because I have 1 minute and 45 seconds here, it's better to have them on first so I don't leak first, and then after some time I put them on weak, so they kill the weakest enemies to just get the kills. But right now I have them on first so I don't leak these enemies that are not the weakest enemies, so it's not efficient for kills right now. I do kill them just so they don't kill me before the time runs out, but after a while then I can actually put Julius on weak, and yeah, now I have max Tengens, I have max Julius. I do not max an Alucard. I've seen some other people max Alucards. I don't know if it's worth it. For me personally, it wasn't, because it's so much money, first of all, and then the damage on Alucard just doesn't do much. Maxed out is 11,000 or something instead of 6,000 for like 50,000 more cash, and you get the enemy spawning, which will get like 3 more kills. It's not that cost efficient, I don't think. I think it's just better to max all Tengens and Julius. Maybe you could afford both maxing one Alucard and maxing all other units. I'm not sure. Anyway, try to get your Julius on weak now, so you can just kill all enemies. It's really laggy for me. My PC is not handling this. I am really sad that it isn't. Also, the last boss here, the mini boss here, Dogon. 30 million HP. Obviously won't kill it, but there's a chance, there's a risk you're gonna get Toji boss here. So if you get Toji boss here and it stuns you, that's just LRNG. So that's why I want Dogon so much, because Dogon just doesn't stun, especially in the end here, because you can just get more kills. You can probably get 2,200, just very hard. But yeah, this is how I do it. If I maybe skip the wave a bit earlier, I can probably get more, but yeah. Anyway, I do think 2,200 Traitless is possible, so I'm gonna grind for that. I'm gonna try Akaza, I'm gonna try just the same strat, but refine it. I think 2,200 is possible. I originally thought 2,300 would be possible, but I don't think so anymore. 2,200 is insane, just that. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.